Hi Lindsay, it's Friday, March 2nd. Yay, it's Friday. So, I did this to my phone. Fell out of my dance bag on Wednesday, and it crashed. It actually looks kind of cool, and except it's really annoying. But it does look kind of cool. So today I went to school. In first period, I have history, and there was a pep rally, and I didn't go, but I didn't have to do anything. So I just colored and listened to music, and that was fun. And then in French, I took a test, and it was easy. So that was kind of fun, and it was not hard. And then I went to English, and we just like kind of hung out and did some AP questions, but they weren't that hard, and they were about Shakespeare, so that was fun. And then I had lunch, and then I went to band, and we had to do sight reading. So that was not that much fun. And then I went to Spanish, and we watched a video in there, so that was fun. And then I went to pre-cal, and we had a work day in there, which means we hung out, and that was fun. And then I went to physics, and I took a quiz, and that was pretty easy, so that was okay. And then I talked to some of my friends, and then I went home, yay! And I was really tired, because for the past 2 days, I've had a whole bunch of work to do, and I, haven't been sleeping that much. But then my mom was like, we should go out driving. And so then we went to Hero Stadium, and I drove around the parking lot. And while we were there, it was already dark out by the time my mom got home to take me to Heroes. And we were the only people there. And the district police guard guy stopped us. And he was like, what are you guys doing here? And she was like, oh, she's learning how to drive. But he thought I was being disrespectful because at first I didn't see him, so I almost drove away. And then when he came up to the window, I didn't know how to roll down the window because I wasn't used to sitting in the driver's seat. And so he started telling me proper procedure for when I get pulled over by a cop. And I was like, I wasn't being disrespectful. I was just confused. And then I almost drove all the way from there to my dad's house to pick up my brother after his tennis lesson. I drove most of the way there, and I went on the expressway, so that was exciting, except it actually was not very exciting. And I almost drove all the way there, but then I had to switch lanes, and I got a little bit confused, and my mom freaked out, so then she made me pull over so we could switch back, so I didn't get to drive all the way there. And then we went to Freddy's for dinner, and to give you some idea of how my family works, I'm always messing with stuff or tapping or something. So we were at Freddy's, and my mom and I got drinks, and so there were straw wrappers, and so I took the straw wrappers and I started ripping them into pieces that were the width of my thumb. And I was doing this, and my mom hates it when I fiddle with things, and I do it all the time. So sometimes she tells me to stop, but I mostly just ignore her because I do it all the time. And she was like, Elise, stop it. And I just kept doing it. And she goes, Elise, please stop it. And I go, why? Because I didn't think it was hurting anyone. I wasn't making that much noise. But she just said, stop it again. And I said, why? And she said, because I hate you. And I just kept doing it because at this point it was kind of important to me that I finished ripping up all the straw wrappers because there was only this much left and I wanted to finish ripping it. And my brother's sitting next to me giggling the entire time. And she goes, if you stop it, I'll buy you something at Barnes & Noble. I'm like, okay. And then we went to Barnes & Noble and we spent almost an hour there, and I was on a bookstore high because I love books and I love bookstores and they make me so happy. And I had a stack this high, you can't see it, this high of books I wanted to get, but then I couldn't get that many, obviously. And I was seriously, this is not even an exaggeration. I was running through the bookstore giggling. And so now I'm really hyper because on my bookstore high, I got the Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater, and I got a little moleskin notebook so I can be a cool person on Tumblr. Oh yeah, and then I was all hyper and in the car. By that point, my mom and my brother were both really tired. Because it's almost 11 right now and we were driving home. But I was really hyper from being at the bookstore, and so I was doing annoying things like imitating the blinker sound. We don't have an automatic garage door opener, so my brother or I or both of us has to go and open the garage door, and then we can go back to the car as it drives in, or we can just go straight into the house, which is what we usually do. And tonight we both went, and I was carrying the bag of books, and it was dark, of course. but it hadn't been dark when we left, so there weren't that many lights on. And I yelled, "I am a vampire! I am a creature of the darkness!" And the thing about our garage door is the door from our garage into our house, the doorknob is broken, so if you just put weight on it, it'll open, which I already know. And so I yelled, "I am a creature of the darkness," and I ran like full speed ahead, like into the door, and I hurt my elbow being a vampire. So that's pretty much how my day was. Oh yeah, I'm wearing this shirt. I helped build a future for children in Salamanca, Senegal. And that's the Senegal flag in a heart. Isn't it cute? Because one of the Spanish teachers at Reagan, her daughter is in the Peace Corps, and she lives in Senegal, and she wants to build a school there. And so, like, all of Reagan, especially the foreign language department, is doing fundraising to help build the school. So that's what the t-shirt's for. A bunch of us have them, and we wore them to school today. So that was my Friday. I hope you have a good weekend. Bye, Lindsay. I love you.